near dozens of other locations across the peninsula. Pembel was convinced this was the real invasion. He telephoned General Gunther Blumenart at Obi West headquarters and insisted that Normandy was the main Allied effort. Blumenart reported to Field Marshal von Rundstedt, who dismissed the assessment. Normandy, von Rundstedt declared, was merely a diversion. The real invasion would commit. This disagreement at the highest levels of German command paralyzed the response for Crete.
Pesa?
Was right? Von Rundstedt was wrong. But by the time the truth became undeniable, the Americans had already established their foothold. The dummy parachutists that the Allies had drop-a-dated to the confusion. These were small mannequins weighted and fitted with parachutes designed to draw German attention away from the real drop zones. When they hit the ground, explosive charges simulated gunfire. German units wasted precious hours responding to these phantom threats. By the time Pemmel understood that the main American effort was concentrated on the eastern side of the Carentan Peninsula, it was too late to mount an effective response. Paratroopers had already seized key positions. The beach landings had begun. The German defensive plan was the failure of German command and control on D-Day was not simply a matter of bad luck. It was the result of a deliberate American strategy, though not entirely the strategy that had been. The planners who designed the airborne operation had intended for paratroopers to land and concentrate, seize specific objectives, and hold them until relieved by forces from the beaches. The scatter drops that actually occurred were considered a failure at the time, but the chaos served American purposes, even if it was not intended. The German military was organized to respond to identified threats in specific locations. When threats appeared everywhere simultaneously, the response mechanism broke down. First Lieutenant Richard Winters of Easy Company, 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 1001st Airborne Division, landed in a field near Sainte-Marie-du-Mort at approximately 0120 hours. Like most paratroopers that night, he found himself alone and disoriented. Winters was being 6 years old, a farm boy from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. He had never been in combat before. The aircraft carrying his company commander and most of the company headquarters staff had been shot down. Every officer senior to Winters and Easy Company was either dead or missing. Within hours, Winters would lead one of the most celebrated small unit actions of the entire war. By dawn, Winters had shattered approximately a dozen men from various units. His battalion commander ordered him to deal with a German artillery battery that was firing on Utah Beach.